I don't think creative burnout should even exist. I think if that's happening on a regular basis, you need to stop and ask yourself why you're burning yourself out. Why do you feel the need to use up all your creativity? It's kind of like spending money. When you're in debt, well, that's because you're overusing money. You're not spending it correctly. So think about your creativity as the same thing. Anytime I have a creative block, it feels like it's the equivalent of like me being on a date with someone, and it's like I'm talking to a wall. We have nothing in common. There's no fun. Creativity is pleasure. Pleasure is in the body. So anyone who tells you create something every day, do they understand that creativity is creation? It's a living, breathing organism that, yes, sometimes needs rest to incubate, to allow the idea to grow, but resting and hiding are two very different things. There are different places in our bodies where our creative blocks lie. Everything is somatic when it comes to expression, magnetism, showing up, and creating. You ever feel like when you work really hard on a creative piece and you put it out there, no one likes it, but then you do the thing that you don't even like and everyone loves it? Has nothing to do with the quality of your work and everything to do with how you feel about yourself in that moment in time. When there's a creative block in our body, our cup isn't full somewhere, right? So anytime I feel like I have a block in my expression, and I feel like, for me personally, my creative block shows up the most in my chest, in my heart, which means I have a hard time sitting back and receiving. So I feel the need to do a lot of output to feel like I need to receive. When I decide to do the opposite of what that block is, to move that energy, what that looks like is sitting down and learning to receive and actually not creating anything. When I feel like I need to perfect everything that I create, well, then I'm kind of performing. I'm overthinking everything. I feel like I gotta perfect everything that I create before I put it out there, so the block would be in the head. There are different ways to move through these things in your body depending on where you're at. I've had every single block you could imagine in every single part of my body creatively, but I found a way to move through all of those things so that I could create the things that I love doing and I could avoid creative burnout altogether. I can sense when I'm about to overuse my creative energy. So to get you to start paying attention to your body and trusting your body somatically, it requires you to listen. So if you want to find out where your creative block lives in your body and where that's stopping your magnetism from pulling in the right people and the right opportunities and the right audience, comment art below and I'll send you this really cool quiz that I came up with that tells you where your creative block lives in your body, how to move through it, and then what the next step is. Because your block is not something you need to overdo, it's not something you need to overthink, and it does not mean it's a muscle that you need to train. You need to train the action, not the creation. Creation is linked to intuition, and you can't out-muscle your intuition. I don't know when that's gone right for anyone, okay? That sounds exhausting. Let's enter a little bit of a gooey flow state with our creativity, right? You want to enjoy what you're making, so let's start enjoying it. Comment below.